The Sacred Artisans, Divine Craft and Religious Art Creation. The Master of Divine Craft. In the sacred workshops adjacent to Tenochtitlan's Templo Maya, where ancient artistic traditions merged with divine inspiration and master craftsmen created religious objects that connected earthly beauty with cosmic purposes, Itzel Tlacuilolli, the most gifted sacred artisan in the empire, supervised the creation of ceremonial masterpieces for the approaching Sumolpili festival, while understanding that authentic spiritual artistry required not merely technical excellence, but systematic divine consultation that could channel sacred inspiration into material beauty, transform precious materials into vessels of divine power, and create religious objects serving both aesthetic perfection and ceremonial effectiveness through generations of accumulated artistic wisdom guided by spiritual understanding. The morning artistic coordination session involved directing 7 master craftsmen whose specialized expertise in featherwork, stone carving, jade sculpture, and ceremonial textile creation would produce the sacred objects required for the new fire ceremony, whose spiritual significance demanded artistic perfection worthy of divine approval and community spiritual inspiration. The ceremonial featherwork requires integration of quetzal plumes representing divine wind with eagle feathers, symbolizing solar power, while maintaining perfect color harmony that reflects cosmic balance and spiritual truth. Itzel explained while consulting the artistic codex that recorded traditional techniques and their spiritual meanings. Each feather must be positioned according to sacred geometric principles, while invoking appropriate divine blessings to ensure spiritual effectiveness of completed ceremonial regalia. This artistic analysis reflected the sophisticated integration of aesthetic excellence with religious meaning that characterized Aztec sacred craft, where artistic creation served spiritual purposes through systematic attention to symbolic content, divine inspiration, and ceremonial effectiveness rather than purely decorative beauty. The Divine Inspiration consultation involved systematic communication with artistic patron deities whose guidance was essential for achieving spiritual authenticity in sacred object creation, while ensuring that artistic work served religious purposes and received appropriate divine blessing throughout creative processes. Current divine consultation includes offerings to Quetzal, goddess of artistic beauty and creative inspiration, plus formal invocation of Tlazolteotl, deity of transformation who governs the conversion of raw materials into sacred objects through divine craft, noted Yautl, the spiritual coordinator who managed religious aspects of artistic creation and ensured appropriate divine blessing for sacred craft activities. This spiritual consultation provided essential foundation for authentic sacred artistry while ensuring that creative work received divine guidance and spiritual authenticity through proper religious observance and ceremonial blessing of artistic activities. The featherwork mastery procedures involved systematic selection, preparation, and arrangement of tropical bird plumage according to traditional techniques that had been refined over generations, while incorporating divine inspiration and spiritual meaning into elaborate compositions serving ceremonial and religious purposes. The featherwork creation required understanding bird symbolism and spiritual associations, mastery of attachment techniques ensuring durability and beauty, knowledge of color harmony principles reflecting cosmic balance, and ability to interpret divine inspiration received through spiritual consultation and translate abstract spiritual concepts into concrete artistic expression. Featherwork creation involves selection of individual feathers based on spiritual significance and aesthetic quality, preparation through purification ceremonies and divine blessing, arrangement according to sacred geometric patterns, and attachment using traditional techniques blessed by ceremonial procedures. Detailed Tlacuilolli, the featherwork master who maintained supreme expertise in this most prestigious form of Aztec sacred artistry. This featherwork mastery demonstrated the sophisticated technical knowledge combined with spiritual understanding that enabled master artisans to create objects of extraordinary beauty serving both aesthetic appreciation and religious functionality through systematic artistic excellence. The stone carving creation involved transforming massive blocks of volcanic stone into powerful religious monuments whose symbolic content communicated divine messages, while their artistic excellence demonstrated human capability for serving cosmic purposes through inspired creative work. The stone carving projects included creation of ceremonial altars incorporating astronomical alignments, production of deity images reflecting traditional iconographic requirements, and fabrication of architectural elements that would enhance temple sacred space through artistic beauty, serving religious inspiration and community spiritual experience. Stone carving requires understanding geological properties of different volcanic stones, mastery of traditional carving techniques using obsidian and jade tools, knowledge of iconographic symbolism ensuring spiritual accuracy, and ability to channel divine inspiration into permanent artistic expression, explained Xochitl, the master stone carver whose expertise enabled creation of monuments combining aesthetic excellence with religious authenticity. This stone carving expertise demonstrated sophisticated understanding of both technical craftsmanship and spiritual symbolism, while enabling creation of permanent religious art that would inspire community spiritual experience through artistic beauty serving divine purposes. The jade sculpture creation involved working with the most precious material available to Aztec artisans while creating small-scale objects whose perfection reflected divine blessing and whose spiritual power enhanced ceremonial effectiveness through concentrated artistic and spiritual excellence. Jade sculpture creation involves selection of stone based on spiritual energy and aesthetic quality, careful planning ensuring optimal use of precious material, precise carving requiring years of experience and divine guidance, and final blessing procedures that activate spiritual power contained within completed artistic work, outlined Milintika, the jade master whose expertise enabled creation of ceremonial objects, combining material preciousness with spiritual power. This jade artistry represented the pinnacle of sacred craft, where technical mastery, aesthetic excellence, and spiritual power combined to create objects serving both human appreciation and divine purposes through concentrated artistic achievement and spiritual authenticity. The ceremonial textile creation involved weaving complex patterns incorporating sacred symbolism while using materials and techniques blessed through religious procedures to ensure spiritual authenticity and ceremonial effectiveness of completed textile objects serving religious and social purposes. The textile creation required knowledge of symbolic pattern meanings and their spiritual significance, mastery of traditional weaving techniques passed down through hereditary artistic families, understanding of material spiritual properties and appropriate blessing procedures, and ability to integrate divine inspiration with practical textile construction, creating objects serving both functional and ceremonial requirements. Ceremonial textile creation includes selection of cotton and megi fibers, blessed through purification ceremonies, spinning and dyeing using traditional techniques enhanced by divine blessing, weaving according to sacred geometric patterns, and completion through ceremonial procedures that activate spiritual power, described Itzel Tlacuilolli, the textile master who maintained traditional knowledge and spiritual understanding necessary for creating textiles serving religious purposes. This textile expertise demonstrated comprehensive integration of technical craftsmanship with spiritual practice, while enabling creation of ceremonial objects that served both practical functionality and religious inspiration through artistic excellence, guided by divine inspiration. The workshop, Spiritual Environment Maintenance, involved creating and maintaining sacred spaces where artistic work could receive divine inspiration while protecting creative processes from spiritual contamination that might compromise artistic authenticity or ceremonial effectiveness of completed sacred objects. Workshop spiritual maintenance includes daily purification ceremonies for workspaces and materials, regular offerings to artistic patron deities, maintenance of proper spiritual attitudes among artisans, and protection against spiritual influences that might compromise divine inspiration or artistic authenticity, noted Nekali, the workshop spiritual coordinator who ensured appropriate religious environment for sacred artistic creation. This spiritual environment management provided essential foundation for authentic sacred artistry while demonstrating understanding that artistic creation required spiritual as well as technical preparation and ongoing divine guidance throughout creative processes. The apprenticeship and knowledge transmission programs involved systematic education of younger artisans in both technical craftsmanship and spiritual understanding necessary for authentic sacred artistic creation, while preserving traditional techniques and religious knowledge across generations of artistic practitioners. Apprenticeship programs include technical instruction in traditional artistic methods, spiritual education regarding divine inspiration and religious meaning, practical experience creating ceremonial objects under master supervision, and gradual assumption of increased responsibility for sacred artistic projects, outlined Tenochtitlan, the master instructor who coordinated educational programs preserving artistic knowledge and spiritual understanding. This educational approach ensured continued availability of qualified sacred artisans while maintaining traditional artistic excellence and spiritual authenticity through systematic knowledge transmission and practical training in both technical craftsmanship and religious understanding. The collaborative artistic coordination involved managing complex projects requiring integration of multiple artistic specializations while ensuring aesthetic harmony and spiritual coherence in completed ceremonial ensembles serving religious festivals and community spiritual celebrations. Collaborative coordination includes artistic planning, ensuring aesthetic unity across different craft specializations, spiritual consultation, maintaining religious authenticity in complex ceremonial ensembles, timing management, ensuring simultaneous completion of interdependent artistic elements, and quality control, maintaining excellence standards appropriate for sacred objects, detailed yaotl during project management coordination. This collaborative management demonstrated sophisticated understanding of both artistic and administrative requirements while enabling successful completion of complex ceremonial projects requiring coordination among multiple master artisans and their specialized craft traditions. The material procurement and spiritual preparation involved systematic acquisition of raw materials from throughout the empire while ensuring appropriate spiritual preparation and blessing procedures that enhanced material spiritual properties and enabled authentic sacred artistic creation. Material procurement includes acquisition of tropical feathers from specialized traders, selection of volcanic stone from spiritually significant quarries, purchase of jade from blessed sources, and gathering of textile materials through appropriate religious procedures, reported Tlacuilolli during material coordination activities that ensured availability of spiritually prepared materials for sacred artistic creation. This material management provided essential foundation for authentic sacred artistry while demonstrating understanding that artistic materials required spiritual as well as physical preparation to serve religious purposes and receive divine blessing through appropriate ceremonial procedures. The ceremonial object activation involved completing artistic creation through elaborate religious ceremonies that activated spiritual power contained within sacred objects while ensuring appropriate divine blessing and spiritual effectiveness for ceremonial use and community religious inspiration. Object activation ceremonies include final blessing procedures that awaken spiritual power within completed sacred objects, formal presentation to patron deities seeking divine approval, community recognition of artistic achievement and spiritual authenticity, and ceremonial integration into religious observances demonstrating spiritual effectiveness, explained Xochitl during activation ceremony coordination. These activation procedures transformed completed artistic work into authentic sacred objects while providing community recognition of artistic achievement and spiritual authenticity through ceremonial validation and divine blessing of creative accomplishment. The preservation and maintenance coordination involved systematic care for completed sacred objects while ensuring continued spiritual effectiveness and physical preservation of artistic masterpieces, serving ongoing religious observances and community spiritual inspiration across extended time periods. Preservation procedures include appropriate storage in spiritually protected environments, regular blessing ceremonies maintaining spiritual power, physical maintenance ensuring continued aesthetic excellence, and proper handling during ceremonial use, protecting both artistic integrity and spiritual authenticity. Detailed Milentica during preservation coordination planning. This preservation approach ensured long-term value of artistic creation while maintaining both aesthetic excellence and spiritual effectiveness of sacred objects through appropriate care and continued religious attention to artistic masterpieces serving community spiritual needs. The artistic innovation within tradition involved developing new techniques and creative approaches while maintaining essential spiritual meaning and religious authenticity required for sacred objects serving ceremonial purposes and community spiritual inspiration through artistic excellence. Artistic innovation includes development of enhanced technical methods improving aesthetic quality, creative interpretation of traditional symbols maintaining spiritual authenticity, integration of materials and techniques from diverse sources while preserving religious meaning, and adaptation of artistic traditions to serve evolving ceremonial requirements, noted Itzel Tlacuilolli during innovation coordination discussions. This innovative approach provided frameworks for artistic development while ensuring continued spiritual authenticity and religious effectiveness of sacred objects through creative adaptation of traditional techniques and symbolic content serving contemporary spiritual needs. The community artistic education involved teaching basic artistic appreciation and understanding to community members while building popular support for sacred artistic traditions and creating informed audiences capable of recognizing artistic excellence and spiritual authenticity in ceremonial objects. Community education includes instruction in artistic symbolism and spiritual meaning, demonstration of traditional techniques and their religious significance, explanation of divine inspiration and creative processes, and development of aesthetic appreciation supporting sacred artistic traditions, outlined Tenochtitlan during educational program coordination. This educational outreach built community understanding and appreciation for sacred artistry while creating informed support for artistic traditions and religious meaning contained within ceremonial objects, serving community spiritual life and cultural continuity. The regional artistic exchange involved coordination with artistic centers throughout the empire while sharing techniques, materials, and spiritual understanding that enhanced sacred artistic creation and maintained standards of excellence across diverse territorial artistic communities. Regional exchange includes coordination with specialized material producers in distant territories, sharing of artistic techniques and spiritual understanding among master artisans, collaborative projects demonstrating imperial artistic unity, and maintenance of excellence standards across diverse regional artistic traditions, reported Nikali during regional coordination activities. This regional approach provided access to diverse materials and techniques while maintaining artistic standards and spiritual authenticity across imperial territories through collaborative artistic development and shared commitment to sacred craft excellence. The artistic legacy preservation involved systematic documentation of techniques, spiritual understanding, and creative processes, while ensuring continued transmission of artistic knowledge and religious meaning across generations of sacred artisans serving community spiritual needs. Legacy preservation includes detailed documentation of traditional techniques and their spiritual significance, systematic recording of material preparation and blessing procedures, comprehensive training programs ensuring knowledge transmission, and institutional arrangements supporting continued sacred artistic creation. Detailed yaotl during legacy planning coordination. This preservation approach ensured continued availability of sacred artistic traditions while maintaining both technical excellence and spiritual authenticity through systematic knowledge preservation and institutional support for artistic education and creative development. As afternoon creative sessions concluded with final blessing procedures for completed ceremonial objects and preparation planning for upcoming artistic projects, Itzel reflected on the profound responsibility that sacred artistry entailed. These creative activities served not merely aesthetic appreciation, but also spiritual purposes, connecting human artistic ability with divine inspiration through systematic creative excellence and religious devotion. The sacred artisans who created these ceremonial masterpieces served as essential bridges between material beauty and spiritual meaning, whose artistic expertise enabled communities to experience divine inspiration through aesthetic excellence while honoring cosmic purposes through creative accomplishment guided by religious understanding and spiritual authenticity. Through careful attention to technical mastery, divine consultation, material spiritual preparation, and ceremonial activation, sacred artistry created frameworks for spiritual experience that served both aesthetic appreciation and religious inspiration through systematic integration of artistic excellence with divine guidance and community spiritual needs. The sacred artisans of the Aztec Empire represented sophisticated integration of technical craftsmanship, spiritual understanding, and aesthetic excellence that enabled artistic creation to serve religious purposes through systematic attention to divine inspiration, material blessing, and ceremonial effectiveness. The artistic traditions they preserved became foundations of spiritual community that enabled individuals to experience divine beauty while contributing to collective spiritual welfare through creative excellence, serving both human appreciation and cosmic purposes, guided by religious understanding and artistic dedication. Sacred artistry served as cornerstone of spiritual expression that connected human creativity with divine inspiration while maintaining artistic traditions that honored both technical excellence and spiritual meaning through systematic attention to ceremonial effectiveness and religious authenticity in service to both aesthetic beauty and divine purposes. The artistic masterpieces they created became bridges between earthly beauty and cosmic meaning that enabled authentic spiritual experience while providing permanent inspiration for community religious life through creative excellence, serving both individual aesthetic appreciation and collective spiritual elevation through sacred craft, guided by divine inspiration and religious devotion.